In this video, I'm going to use data that I have entered using a frequency count and create box plots. List 1 shows all of the tax rates across the United States for sales tax, and list 2 is the count of how many regions use that particular rate. To create my box plots, I'm going to use the Stat Plot menu and select Plot 1. Currently, this has been selected on, so this is good. Then I'm going to go over and I want to make sure that I have the regular box plot selected. My information is in list 1, but instead of each value counting once, I want to make sure that I have selected list 2 to show that I have a frequency count. Now, if I were just push graph, I have the values, and in this case, I am actually able to see the whole box plot because I have no value above 10. But it doesn't really show a lot of it. So I would like to just see this first quadrant, and I can do that by going Zoom Stat, which is option 9, and it gives me the first quadrant. It also gives me a second quadrant, but that's okay right now. Gives me some room if I want some extra graphs, and I can see the distribution. And I also notice I have a very long tail here. So if I want to check to see if there are possible outliers, I can go back and add a second graph, and I'm going to do that under plot 2. This time it is not selected, so I need to make sure I push enter to activate this plot. And if you look at the type over here, it is the modified. Those little dots there indicate possible outliers that you can check to confirm. List 1 again is fine. Again, I need to make sure my list 2 is active. And this mark here will show you how we indicate, or the calculator will indicate, a possible outlier. I'm going to leave it as an open square. You can also have different ones there. And now when I graph, I have my two plots, one on top of the other, lined up with my number line. Now, if I want to, I can find my key values. When I go to trace, it immediately goes to plot 1 and it gives me the median value. If I go down to the next plot, I can do that. And I could go back and forth and go by those. Now, if you notice here, the minimum X is 1.8, which they are indicating for the modified plot as a possible outlier. And then it says that if I exclude this value, this is what the plot would look like. If I go back up here, it has the value there. So here's your box plots and how to go back and find your 5-number summary very quickly by using the trace function.